This is Piney Pepper Bill. It is still May 20th, 2021, and this is my second video today, and this is about being preppers, and sometimes you get called a crazy conspiracy theorist, and you know, you're a tinfoil hat wearing person, and you're that type of... People look at you in a different way when you talk about MK Ultra and you talk about Montauk Island and all these, the Manchurian Candidate. You're just, you know, you watch too many movies, you're a nut job. Well, come to find out, there are DEW weapons. There is radio frequency, millimeter wave weapons that can be put in airplanes, in a briefcase, in the back of a truck, and there's proof of it. Here is a couple clips.
We are learning new details tonight about suspected directed energy microwave attacks targeting CIA officers and top national security officials. We first started hearing about them, and we told you about them here on Special Report in 2016, shortly after then President Obama opened the embassy in Havana, Cuba. National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon has the latest tonight about a suspected attack here at home.
U.S. officials say there are now 130 suspected victims, mostly CIA operatives and U.S. diplomats being treated for brain injuries, debilitating headaches and vertigo, the targets they believe of a directed energy microwave weapon.
There's a mysterious direct energy weapon that is being used, and it is causing, in some cases, permanent traumatic brain injury.
New indications suggest the incidents go as far back as 1996. Two individuals working on the NSC believe they were targeted in 2019 and in 2020, just after the election. One was near the White House and one was walking her dog. The Russians have been working on mobile microwave weapons for years.
We have to get more information, and we got to tell the public what's going on.
The U.S. Air Force and tech firm Epirus have developed a mobile high-energy microwave weapon to bring down drones. Epirus is also working on a miniature variant of the weapon that can be easily transported on a pickup truck. This is the type of technology that might be targeting American diplomats.
Remember when American diplomats in Cuba were hearing those strange sounds and then suffered brain damage from some sort of mysterious invisible attacks? Well, there's now a report, actually multiple reports, of an eerily similar incident near the White House last year. And Senate Intelligence Committee leaders now say they will get to the bottom of it. They say the so-called Havana Syndrome attacks against U.S. personnel appear to be increasing. NBC's Josh Letterman has reported extensively on these mystery attacks since they first surfaced in Havana. Josh, after 5 years, have we learned anything definitive?
Well, when this first came to light back in 2017, the U.S. government referred to them as targeted attacks affecting U.S. personnel serving in Cuba. But over the years, the investigation stalled, and the U.S. stopped using the word attacks or weapons, instead simply referring to these as health incidents, as the U.S. government struggled to figure out what was going on, and a growing number of experts questioned whether it might just be mass hysteria. But today, two top senators briefed on the intelligence say these were definitely attacks carried out by some type of weapon. NBC News has reported that the U.S. government considers Russia to be the most likely culprit. And a report last year by the National Academies of Science found the brain injuries were most likely caused by pulsed microwave energy, which former CIA Director Leon Panetta says is a serious threat.
That kind of technology is very real. And it can threaten people, not by bullets, simply by using the capabilities to send a wave into an embassy.
What's made this so tough to solve is the fact that the symptoms the Americans are reporting are so vague. Things like nausea, hearing loss, and problems with balance and memory. Many reported hearing this sound before falling ill. Now the U.S. government is scrambling to figure out just how widespread this is, with new reports of new possible cases in Russia, China, and now even here in the United States. And just this week, the Canadian group of diplomats accused their own government of withholding information about 3 new cases of brain injury among Canadian diplomats who also served in Cuba.
So that was one of the clips. Evidently, they've been targeting diplomats and CIA agents. And of course, they're going to blame Russia. Russia's going to blame China, and people are blaming the U.S. But here's a clip here of what we have and what we can do.
A new report by a U.S. National Academy of Sciences committee has found that directed microwave radiation is the likely cause of illnesses among American diplomats in Cuba and China. Microwave weapons work in much the same way as an ordinary microwave oven. A strong electrical current is fed into a magnetron. A magnetron is a high-powered vacuum tube that oscillates microwaves to produce high-energy microwave radiation. However, in a microwave oven, this energy bounces around within the walls of the oven. Instead of containing the energy inside a box, a microwave weapon concentrates the energy into a focused direction with minimal broadening of the energy stream. This is why it's also called a directed energy weapon. AP reports the committee's finding provides the most definitive explanation yet of the illness that struck scores of government employees, first at the U.S. Embassy in Havana in 2016, and then in China and other countries. Many of the officers suffered from dizziness, fatigue, headaches, and loss of hearing, memory imbalance, and some were forced into permanent retirement.
Now, I'm not going to put this other video in here because it's an hour-long video and it explains about, it's like a podcast or something, and it explains our weapons, the DO, the EWs, the EFs, and all that, and I'll just put 2 pictures here. But if you want to watch this, there'll be a link in the comments below or in the description below, and you can watch that, and it explains everything. But as I was talking in my other video about the power going out, and them saying we were attacked, or a cyber attack, or China, Russia, whatever. Here's a quick clip of what our U.S. Air Force has. And this could be happening at any time. Well, here's the clip.
We hit every target we wanted to. We prosecuted everyone. We made science fiction science fact.
We're not quite up to the place where the Star Trek and Star Wars movies are, but this is definitely an advancement in technology to be able to give us an opportunity to do things that we couldn't do before.
When that computer went out, when we fired, it actually took out the cameras as well. We took out everything on that. It was fantastic.
So, after watching these 2 things, do you still think us preppers are crazy conspiracy theorists? Well, it seems like we've been right on the money all along. Now, if the last one, with that DO weapon, just knocking certain buildings out, stuff like that, can you hear the pig? He's over here whining. And the chickens are over here. Birds flying, almost landing on my head. What? So, after all that, what do you think? The power could be next, and this, they could just target certain buildings, they could target certain power plants, and that's all they gotta do, just fly by, and like that. Detroit's out, New York's out, California's out. Here it comes, so be prepared. This is Pawnee Prepper Bill, and let me know in the comments below what you think. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.